What up? It's your boy T-Bear on the reaction. Today is Royal Rumble Reaction Day, Part 2. As you see, as you probably see on my channel, part one of reactions has been posted up, such as best surprise entries, worst entries, best Iron Man performance, comedy spots, and winners that nobody asked for, as well as Hall of Fame predictions, and also some look at some Battle Royals as well too. So I'm gonna check out some videos from a couple more favorite partsUNknown, as well as some videos from WrestleMania and Polano. Take a look at some moments in wrestling that were either bad decision, botched moments, as well as talks of who could return or who could be, as well as more talk of who should win or who is the predicted winner. But we're gonna kick things off with one from partsUNknown that I decided to add as well too, the best final twos in WWE Royal Rumble history. As many had the prediction of the winners well too, but it always comes down to the final two moments. Always be the awesome moments. Well, Tom, where there's been times that it became a moment where two winners had to be picked between who got eliminated first, as well as many close calls on elimination to come in to big wins as well too, and push for future rivalries going down the line. So anyway, without further ado, we'll check out the best final twos in WWE Royal Rumble history from partsUNknown. Let's get it.
Tis the season to be rumbly, fa la 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 la. Man, I really want the Royal Rumbles to be good this year, seeing as last year's were, in one case, bland, and the other case, offensively very goddamn bland. And if there's one thing the Rumble should not be, it's that. Honestly, if I have to rewatch one of the two, I would rather hate watch 2015's Rumble again than the 2022 men's. Bloody Lord. But say what you want about the 2022 men's Rumble, I think they got one thing slightly right. They had a fun final two. Drew McIntyre and Brock Lesnar get each other. It's an often overlooked weapon in the Rumble arsenal. Everyone focuses on the nostalgia pops, the Iron Men, the returns. People forget that one of the very best things about a good Rumble is a nail-biting final two, and only two competitors are left, and they essentially have a match within a match. Sometimes it's a fake out like Orton Edge in 2021 or Del Rio Morella in 2011, and sometimes it's an epic marathon between two competitors, either of whom could snatch the win. I'm Adam hailing from partsUNknown, and here are our 10 best final twos in Royal Rumble history. And if you like Royal Rumble content, make sure you check out all the stuff we did last year as well. Every January we do a raft of Royal Rumble lists and fantasy bookings. You want to check them out.
And I will say this didn't get some good. Yesterday, well, sorry. Yeah, I gave up. I recorded this last night, like late night as well too, so I can have time and room to take care to do part two, and also set up my basket for my soon-to-be son coming in.
Check them out. Number 10, Bret Hart and Lex Luger, 1994. Difficult to describe the match within a match as actually good. No sooner had Bret Hart and Lex Luger been left to their own devices, indecisive from crisis to crisis, than the match was over. Seriously, from Bret and Lex being the final two to the end of the Rumble was less than a minute, which is very silly. Both men were the biggest stars in the match by far, and they could have savored it a little bit longer, but, and this is a Rikishi size bar, no way that these two aren't going on this list, because they were the first, and to this point only, co-winners of the Royal Rumble. Yep, after a few seconds of punching, both men went to the ropes, had a lovely little cuddle, and fell over the ropes together like Holmes and Moriarty going over the Reichenbach Falls, if Holmes and Moriarty had a little cuddle on the way down. Both men's feet apparently touched the mat at the same time, with a long post-match angle of trying to work out which of the lads had won it. For the sheer amount of Rumble drama surrounding two dudes, this belongs on the list, even if the wrestling part of it was over way too quick, so you can get to the whole raising the arms and crowd noise bit. Number 9, Chris Benoit and Big Show, 2004. Only 3 men have won the Royal Rumble from the number 1 position, and 2 of them are Shawn Michaels and Edge. The third is Chris Benoit, whose win is often overlooked, and we know why. But for the sake of this list, it's worth pointing out that the final 2 have...
Hey, I got a shout out to these wrestling YouTube sites for acknowledging Chris Benoit. Like I said, we understand why WWE don't want to do that, and that's very, very understandable after this incident as well too that happened, that put wrestling in the it was part of why the PG era was made as well too, because of it and everything. But besides the unfortunate situation, Chris Benoit has had a legendary career in wrestling in general, whether it's in WCW, ECW, and definitely WWE/WWF as well too. So anyway, shout out to these sites like partsFUNknown, Apex, and Posse Wrestling and many others for acknowledging Chris Benoit. No tribal queef.
Benoit and Big Show were very good. Chris Benoit was always very good at selling, although after wrestling for nearly an hour, not sure how much he actually needed to sell. Either way, it made the David versus Goliath aspect of the ending to 2004's Rumble match all the better. Benoit straight up technicianed Big Show out of the Rumble, eliminating the Giant with a front face lock and dragging him over the top rope. And you know what? People talk about the talent of Benoit in this, unfortunately for WWE, iconic closing spot, but credit to the Big Show for the athleticism involved in being that huge and also hanging upside down for a few seconds.
Big Show is definitely athletic for his size, man. Definitely always got to get props for that.
Seem even more impressive. Number 8, Triple H and Dean Ambrose, 2016.
Yes.
Sometimes the best moments in professional wrestling happen when two people are wrestling and every logical, rational part of your brain tells you that the person you want to win has precisely zero chance of winning, but for slight moments, for the slightest moment, they make you believe. The 2016 Royal Rumble has some incredibly dumb booking. Reigns was forced to defend his WWE Championship in the Rumble itself, and the major angle in the match was Vince's boys taking Reigns out of the match via the bottom rope and injuring him, which is ass backwards, forwards, and then backwards again. Of course, Roman comes back out and we think he's gonna win, but then Triple H eliminates him to a huge pop, leaving just the game and Dean Ambrose.
The reason why, of course, for pop, because unfortunately fans was doing babyface Roman dirty because of the booking and everything. And it was old anybody but you Roman thing, quoted by Bray Wyatt.
Dean never going to win, already Intercontinental Champion Ambrose, and of course he doesn't. But for a few short minutes, there's a possibility in the air that WWE will pivot to much more over Ambrose at the.
Fun little secret. I almost want to give Roman a pass when I'm turning heel, but. I told you in my video, folks gave me, and the damn groups I was part of was trying to call me bad, heelish, whatever, for doing it. Call it just to say I'm part of the dark side. So I said I screw with it. And that's why I'm towards the Twilight Queen heel version of Roman. I mean, once he's turned babyface, I'm definitely gonna be a fan of him again.
Last minute before Mania, and that's enough to make the final two a tiny bit magical. Number 7, Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair, 2019. Most of the time, at least for the last 10 years, who we want to win the Royal Rumble mostly doesn't win the Royal Rumble. And you know what? That's fine. Joy is overrated and leads to wrinkles. And in an ironic twist, WWE's constant conveyor belt of disappointment at the Rumble time of year actually makes the happy Rumble moments much happier. A very happy moment happened at the 2019 Women's Royal Rumble. Becky Lynch was incredibly over, more so than WWE expected, and it looked like Daniel Bryan in 2014 all over again, competing in the first match of the night, losing, not being in the Royal Rumble. But this time, the Old Testament WWE gods smiled on us, inserting Lynch into the match via shenanigans, permeating the rest of the match with the fizzing energy of they're doing it. They're actually going to do it, especially when it came down to Lynch and Charlotte, the person earmarked for the WrestleMania main event. It was the fairy tale Rumble ending we wanted for D-Bry, and it finally came true. Number 6, John Cena and Batista, 2005. Lol, they felled over. The two breakout stars of 2005, either of them could have won it, and wouldn't you know it, they both did. One of the most infamous final twos of all time saw Batistas and John Cena botch a Batista bomb, which sent both guys sailing over the top rope in an unintended remake of Bret Hart and Lex Luger, but this time done perfectly. Like, they touched the ground at exactly the same time. It is unreal. Cue Vince being so excited about the content that he breaks his own legs and sits in the ring barking orders until they restart it, and Batista can finally win like he was supposed to. Does it make sense? No, because literally in 1994 they ruled that both men win if this happens, but it. It's an hilarious and eternal reminder of that old adage, the best laid plans of Vince and men off go awry. And also Lucky tore his quads like a massive Doyle. Number 5, Shawn Michaels and the British Bulldog, 1995. 1995, a deeply Royal Rumble, one of the most influential and referenced finishes in Rumble history. If you haven't seen it, please take my word for it that the final spot does not make watching the whole thing worth it. That being said, the final two is annoyingly brilliant. Shawn Michaels entered number 1, the British Bulldog entered number 2. 35 minutes later, it's a really short Rumble, one of the reasons why it's bad. They're the last men standing and engage in a couple of really choice final spots, mostly centered around HBK being a springy little bollocks. Davey Boy clobbers Michaels over the top rope, one foot touches the ground, and even though the bell doesn't ring, Bulldog's music plays. Michaels re-enters the ring, knocks him out, and just like that, a top 3 Rumble moment of all time, endlessly referenced again and again, because it's at the heart of the Rumble's golden rule. Both feet must touch the floor. Rumble though. It's a fucking Royal Rumble. Number 4, Chris Jericho and Sheamus, 2012. I know we all love Sheamus nowadays, and with damn good reason. Banger after banger after banger.
Yo, you know, they just dropped the name. I liking the little thing they got him and Drew got going on, like slapping each other, chest and everything, to make it like they about to fight, but they're just being friendly and manly,
etc. But I still think the wrong person won the 2012 Royal Rumble. The fact that Chris Jericho cannot boast a Royal Rumble win on his record, despite the fact that he should have won it in both 2012 and 2017, is not an insignificant amount of bullshit. Even so, the match within a match at the end of 2012 is really good. The two men wrestled for legit over 5 minutes before Jericho is ousted by a bro kick, and that was a big risk considering the match had already lasted an hour, but it was so great, with Jericho writing several love letters to Shawn Michaels, constantly saving himself from elimination by centimeters, taking the Great White to his limit before making history's palest man very angry. Top-notch tension and drama, and up there with the best of them. Number 3, John Cena and Triple H, 2008. Sometimes it's all about the crowd. I mean, this kind of feels like a little bit of a cheat because people tend to remember the ending to the 2008 Rumble as an iconic Final 3, with Batista, Triple H, and Cena each pressing the D-pad and doing their taunts. Big Dave is ousted, with the match coming down to Triple H, the favorite, going in, and John Cena, the brand new favorite, who only just came back. Holy shit. Cena's months early return from injury at number 30 sets off a hype bomb inside of Madison Square Garden. The crowd are electric from the moment the Doctor of Thugonomics walks in. As such, they are still molten during the final stages of the match, right up until the great closing spot of Cena adjusting Triple H's attitude right out the ring. Hot fire emoji, as the children tweet. Number 2, Shinsuke Nakamura and Roman Reigns, 2018. Poor Roman Reigns, until the 2020s when he became suddenly very interested in who sits where at a dinner party. Everyone hated him so very much, to the point that when he
was the face.
Actually won his Royal Rumble in 2015, people campaigned for the WWE Network to crash and burn, which, looking back on it, was a perfectly sane and normal day at twitter.com. However, since then, at least when the Rumble comes around, WWE have used Roman's Rumble infamy to pop the crowd even more for the eventual winner, which is actually very cunning. For real, in 2016, 2017, 2018, and 2020, the crowd's overwhelming anyone but you attitude to the big dog at the Rumble time of year was used to make Triple H's, Randy Orton's, Drew McIntyre's victories feel even bigger. But the best example of that is Shinsuke Nakamura's win in 2018. Again, there are 2 top belts in the company. Naka's pegged for one, Reigns for the other, and god damn it if the tension isn't delicious. The whole final 6 is booked to perfection. Yes. Old guard versus new, but when it comes down to loved versus hated in Nakamura versus Reigns, the match truly becomes one of the greatest ever. My word, that ovation when Shinsuke won. And number 1, Shawn Michaels and The Undertaker, 2007. Hey, it's the final 2 that you knew would be number 1 when you clicked the video. You called it in the comments. You did it, champ. Here's your prize. This prize is for you. Weren't you a clever sausage? Who's a clever little Cumberland sausage? You are. Yes, you are. So yes, this is the precursor to one of the most treasured WrestleMania rivalries of all time, two of the best WWE wrestlers ever, and the example that immediately comes to mind when people say Royal Rumble Final 2. Why? Because it's a pay-per-view match hidden inside the Royal Rumble, and it fucking rules. From the off, a beautiful spot where the evil team of Rated RKO are dispatched by HBK in back-to-back eliminations, to the sit-up, kip-up spot, to the nearly 10 minutes that follows. It's Royal Rumbling at its best. Close calls, huge counters, super kicks. Either guy could win. It's a fucking delight. So much so that in 2008, they opened the Rumble with a repeat of both guys, this time entering 1 and 2. HBK and Undertaker, the patron saints of doing a job so nice. WWE, do it twice. And that's our list. What's your...
Right. That was, yep, good little selections of top 2022 stuff. Oh, they got another one. I'll check this on the men. But other than that, this was a good pick right there. I might add another one too. This one personal note. But other than that, if you like my reaction, like, share, subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's your boy T-Bear signing off. One love. Okay, so that was last year. So I won't do that one. I was about to do see 10 times. I might do that. I might actually react to the last year, to be honest. But anyway, here you are. I won't do the how edible book videos. I mean, because they're too long. But other than that, it's your boy T-Bear signing off. One love.